Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm the Michigan Mayor, and here I am inside Victoria 3. But you see, everything looks crazy because there was an update today and I loaded my save game and this is what I came into. But that's fine because updates are always fun. So I created a new game for the new update. And I did all my normal things. I decentralized the world and I set everything up. And this time I'm not going to start off as a kingdom. I'm going to start off with the legal system that I want to start with. So I came in here and I changed what I could. So I'm going to go over this. I have Council Republic, Anarchy, Cosmopolitan, State Atheism. I did keep Hereditary Bureaucrats because I like the aristocrats. I try to keep them around. I have Professional Army, Guaranteed Liberties. And these three here, Pre-Modern Diplomacy, Purchased, Commission, and Federated, come with the Better Politics mod. And I can only change these through legal actions. I have Cooperative Ownership, Isolationism. Yeah, so this will close my economy. So it'll be, I can trade my goods to a market with nobody in it. I don't want to do that. It's like keep my economy a closed loop. Cooperative ownership is going to allow my pops to increase their standard of living faster. I have consumption-based taxes, so that way I just don't need to collect any at all. Homesteading, colonial exploitation, national police, public schools, public health insurance, and the guild system. I like the guild system, so I'm going to keep it. And if my populations want to change it, I'll let them if they ask me to change it, I might. Or if they have a rebellion. And they might rebel and get rid of these. That'll be fine. So my human rights will be no speech, interference, workers' protection, compulsory primary school, female equality, old age pension, no migration controls, slavery is banned. And these two here are part of the Better Politics mod. I don't ban any parties, and there's unregulated work time. I have to change these through legal actions. And here's the repeatable ones. Probably won't really use these. I might every once in a while. And then you have the executive structure and my institutions here. And then this legislative power. And I'll have to change these through my legal actions or rebellions or whatever. Anyway, I'm going to hit play. January 1st, 1730. So this nation of Michigan is truly the land of the people. And in vanilla, you don't have elections, but in the Better Politics mod, the Council Republic Anarchy does have its own elections. And I'm going to click this bottom one here. And it says I can establish a tradition of free elections. Adds progress towards adding tradition of free elections to Anarchy. Yeah. So I want my Anarchy to have elections. There. And the first thing I'm going to do for my economy is go ahead and put this construction sector up. Kemet Garfield, a prominent member of the Liberal Party, has been accused of gross corruption. He strenuously denies all allegations until damning letters surface signed by him. So he's guilty. The Liberal Party should stand by him and deny everything. No. So I'm going to give him negative 25 popularity. Yeah, because he got busted. He's got to take accountability for his actions. And I'll put the speed on 4. Airship. The first airship has lifted off. I'm going to fill it with velvet cushions. chronic obstructionism. So my government here is squabbling. I'll reform the government, and I'll put the Liberal Party and Conservative parties both into the government. Good. This just says, you know, because I changed all my laws, it's the first spark of the socialist world revolution. Well, yeah, of course. So new parties are going to pop up here and there. And the elections are going to happen every, what, 4 years or something? Yeah, so the colonies. Established colony. So this whole system here is new. The whole, because I can't declare any interests. And I don't know how the interests work yet. I haven't really looked into it, so it'll be fun to figure that out. So I'm going to go ahead and throw my first 2 colonies in Ohio and Ontario. We'll let them kind of grow. I want to get to the ocean so I can build a port. And then I can take my port and figure out how to colonize Pernambuco. Pernambuco. Yeah. And it says something like, I was trying to read the devlog, and I think maybe I'll have to build a navy first, and then sail my navy down here, and then I can build the colony. And before I could just place it? I'm not sure. Well, I'll have to find out in a minute. Let's see. I don't have any paper mills, so I might as well click this first one. Yeah, so that'll be fun to test out that system. Right, construction. So here's my construction sector. I'm going to put down a livestock ranch. That way I can start to produce meat. And my population needs fish, groceries, meat, fruit, sugar, and wood. And things are going to be expensive, it looks like. Cool. Yeah, I'm always split in my opinion, where on one hand, when there's an update and it breaks my game, it's like, man, I want to play the same save. But I don't want to roll back the game because I want to check out the new features. But I always love to start a new game. Starting a new game is usually one of my favorite things to do. And two, it has been a long time since I started with the legal system that I wanted. So I always think that's pretty fun. I like to see how this system works. I really like economy games and trading games. The election results are in. The Liberal Party has won. So I'll come here to my government and I could reform it to be 100% legitimate. And it looks like the bureaucrats have moved. Somebody moved. Who joined? Yeah, there's one more in here. There's one more party who joined the Liberals after they won. So I'll go ahead and put this at 100. So now, I won't have to worry about the government for a while. Yeah, this type of government that I've created here, always has a lot more loyalists. So the only people who are really going to be rebels are going to be the natives who I colonize. And it's mostly going to be the aristocratic natives. The peasant natives are going to love me. And I can come here and look at them. Job satisfaction 10. I look at somebody who's not a Yankee. Here's an 3,000 Anglo-Canadians. Job satisfaction 48. So livestock ranch is done. It's time to build a logging camp. And so building the camp spike this up here. An empty earth. So what are these? Straits. Naval fortification. Okay. So there's no straits in the America. So I guess I could make my own strait. The Panama Canal is kind of like a man-made strait. And then, yeah, obviously this would be one. The Straits of Gibraltar. Photographs of Michigan. So I got a bunch of pictures of Michigan with the new cameras that got invented. And I'll distribute them domestically. Since there is no international world, there's no reason to do that. So the domestic world is the only world. Kermit Garfield has approached the government with a plan. Okay, economic liberalization. It's a repeatable law. Or I could offer regressive tax. Well, I don't want to do the regressive tax. In a way. So I'll try to do this economic liberalization. See, I'll tell them I'll see what I can do. And that would be here. And that would be here. And it says, what's it gonna do? Yeah. The following effects are different under cooperative ownership. So I spend $18,000. I don't have that much money. Well, my credit is $363,000. So I could spend $18,000. My investment pool will grow by $18,000. I'm going to undergo economic liberalization. 20% political strength from wealth. And then engineer, labor, machinists, investment pools go up. And it's going to last for 5 years. Yeah, sure, I'll try that. The Yemen farmers, they are the largest interest group with the most population. Yeah, they have about 1.4 million people with a political strength of 9 million. The aristocrats have 500,000 people and a political strength of 3 million. So I'm not building anything. I need to build something. I can go ahead and put it my first maize farm. Change it to citrus orchard. So they're going to build vineyards. And let's see. Yeah. That's fine. I don't want to sell anything yet. The buildings I'm making. I'm going to keep them. Because I know for sure they're going to make some profits. And I can collect the dividends from them. Once the cash reserve fills up. Veto or pass. The latest bill has been delivered from the council to Chairman Ezra Forbes' desk. Having little personal opinion. Oh yeah, so the thing's done, it hit approval, and the last thing is this guy needs to sign the bill. Bam. So I got it. Economic liberalization. So now my credit has gone to 94,000 in debt. And now I have economic liberalization. Good. And that was only half as much money as I needed to build a vineyard. So that really wasn't worth it. So after this maize farm here is done, I'm going to go ahead and put down paper mill. The logging camp is almost filled up with employees. The livestock ranch is losing employees. Yeah, if this can fill up all the way, which it has, I'm going to go ahead and add another logging camp above the paper factory. I got to get the price of wood down. I'm going to go for paper first because I'm going to need paper in my government building. Now the bureaucracy, I don't really need it unless I collect taxes or for fun. And I think it does kind of hurt my minting, maybe. I don't, maybe not. But, yeah. I just really need to build them for fun. Oh, right, you know, one thing I need bureaucracy for is institutions. I can't increase my institution levels unless I get bureaucracy in order to move them. So that's the main thing I need bureaucracy for, is my institutions. And the institution that I want to raise is the colonial affair. I want to raise my colonial affairs. The one thing I hate about the Better Politics mod is this whole Windows setup. I just don't get it. I don't understand why they would pick this. Ah, damn it. Okay, colonial affairs. 1, 2, 3. I can't get the last one yet. But I can do this one. I don't know how to unlock it. Yeah. I'll figure it out later. Later on. So, let's see. I'm still not touching New York. So it's going to cost 100,000 to colonize. I don't want to do that yet. I'll wait until my colony touches the border, and then I'll come in and take them. Yeah, so the logging camps are done. I'm going to invent a can opener so my soldiers can have some way to open their cans. Which reminds me, I need to create my army. Atlantic Coast. Huh. It's not the Midwest. So my first army here will be in the Atlantic Coast. And... oh, that looks weird. So it doesn't fit on the screen because I have the GUI scaling to 120. So I'm going to have to turn this down and see if it fits. Michigan Army? No, it does not. Yeah, that's weird. I wonder if it's supposed to be like that. Yeah, I can't tell if it's one of the mods that's changing this or if there's a bug. Anyway, I don't think that would matter. I can pick irregular infantry, and then I'll click the higher conscriptions. Well, let's go ahead and put down all 7. Why not? Assault Marines. So that's a new kind of unit here. They take ammunition and small arms. Shipboard Marines, Landing Marines, Assault Marines. Okay. So I need Assault Marines in order to attack overseas? There's a lot more things changed in this update than I thought there would be. I hope they don't make a patch and the patch breaks my new game that I've made. It'd be kind of funny. Paper mills, 55 weeks. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put a logging camp instead on top. That'll be a good idea. Turn the speed on to 5. Yeah, so they started to put down the vineyard. And the next building that they have set up is a tobacco plantation. So now I'm not really losing. I kind of am. Kind of losing some money. I do need a government administration, I think. I do want one. So I can start to push my institutions up a little. Michigan supremacist movement. Let's see. They must be concerned with far more grounded things. That is going to add plus 10 radicals from political movements. And this is going to add plus 20% radicals. Nope, I'll do that one. Do the bottom option. So they built their vineyard. Oh no, they didn't. So what was I looking for? I'm not sure. The gamble. This guy's gonna take a gamble. 50% chance success, 50% chance failure. He's been openly preaching about the benefits of a mysterious and secret political gamble. How bad can it be? Good luck. Success. So the moderate liberals now have plus 25 political strength, or I can give myself 15% authority. I'm going to give myself some authority. And that reminds me, to use my authority, I'll go ahead and put a decree onto Michigan to promote social mobility, greener grass campaign, road maintenance, and encourage manufacturing. And promote national values. And I'll just do all of it. Enlistment efforts. That way, if I ever go to war, the conscription center can fill up faster. Put it on fast mode. Now after paper, and in my government building, there's oil. Don't need oil yet though. Worry about oil later. So after the paper mill and the government building, put down a logging camp. And I'm going to move that to the top of the list. I always want logging camps and livestocks for now at the top of my list. So the first war has come, the diplomatic play. The Ontario uprising, the natives have risen up. And this will be the first time I battle with this new patch. It's red. Oh, it's just like a custom color. Okay. So I'll mobilize my army, raise my conscriptions, and I can't pick a commander. That could be an issue. Maybe once they raise up, I'll be able to pick one? No. So let me look at my military. Recruit general. Yeah. So there's a new button. It's not on this screen anymore. For me. Maybe for you it will be, but for me, this game it isn't. But it's here. Recruit general. And it looks like here's a military general. Wesley Fuller. Pick him. Okay, so now my army has a commander. And it has one conscript. So I'm going to send them up here to the battle. Yeah. I'm going to add one more for Ohio. They can have 9 total. I can have 8 total. So just to be safe, I'm going to put 2 more conscriptions into Michigan. Looks like I'm going to win, no problem. And now, while this war's going on, I'll build a food industry. And so my population is consuming paper. Paper is used by wealth levels 5 to 14 for crude items. And it's consumed by wealth level 10 to 44 for household items. Crude items are wood, furniture, glass, paper, services. Household items are furniture, glass, paper, luxury furniture, hardwood, porcelain, and services. A book rejected for publication in Wisconsin due to their restrictive laws has been accepted by a Michigander publisher. Alright, by the laws of Michigan, they have the right to print their book. So some native in Wisconsin wanted to publish a book. So they came over here and published their book in Michigan. I had a thing just pop up, but I don't know where it went. The right result. So, traditions of free election. The last election I did it and I got 1 out of 5. So now I'll have 2 out of 5. So it looks like in 3 more elections, which is going to be, let me see how long till my elections are. Looks like every 4 years I have an election. So 12 years from now, 12 years from now I'll have 1 out of 5. This traditions for free elections for Anarchy. Okay. I have dynamic level of political rigidity. So long as we keep it at this level, our political establishment will no longer hinder any and all reform attempts. If rigidity falls too low, our government will become unstable with serious debuffs. So this is part of the Better Politics mod. And here it shows my political rigidity is going down. -10 from elections, -25% from radicals. And when the lower the legitimacy, the easier it is to pass these laws. So, I don't think I need to pass any yet. I could do professional officers. But anyway, that's how it works. Yeah. But if it goes too low, if the rigidity... Low rigidity is good because I can pass any law that I want. Except if it gets too low, it'll start to affect this legitimacy. Yeah. So I want to keep it like in the middle. So I get radicals, it goes down, and I pass a law that the radicals want, and then it'll go back up. But I don't really know what they want. I want this one. I want professional officers. I'd like to keep everything where it is. I could change this. A point on advance. I think that's the one that I would want to. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. There'll be movements and there'll be uprisings and they'll ask me to change things and I'll just have to just play along as things pop up. I'll play along or whatever. So I could use more logging camps. Which I'll put, yeah. Put the logging camps on top of my list. Council elections. With the approaching council elections, workers among our nation have expressed their overwhelming preference towards the Liberal Party. The workers are always right. Or, I could say, other voices should also be heard. The election looks like most of my pops, 71% of my pops who voted for Liberals. So that's fine. 50% momentum. So here's my candidates. I have this conservative, this reactionary guy, and this yeoman farmer. The yeoman farmers are part of the Liberal Party. That's why they keep winning. So I'm going to not hire, but I'm going to have Kermit Garfield get 35% popularity. So maybe Kermit will have Chairman Kermit Garfield in power. If the election is successful for him. So now I'll have to go and colonize New York. Because the borders are touching. I should have done that a few months ago, but that's fine. With the price of groceries soaring across the country, the Liberal Party is finding itself under relentless pressure from the opposition, accused of recklessly toying with the welfare of its citizens. So I'm going to spend $100. Oh no, I'm not doing that. I don't have any money. So they'll just have to eat something else. That's going to give a negative 20% to their momentum. So since I am about to go broke, I need to go into my buildings and I need to start to privatize them. See if I can get the public to buy any of them from me. I can open a new company, the Foresters Production Company. Open that up in Michigan. I can sell them those 5 logging camps. Oh no, that's right. I don't sell them. I give them to them for free. Yeah, because when I open up a corporation, I give them the buildings. But when I privatize a building, I sell it to the population. So the elections are in. The Liberal Party won by 87%. And I'm going to go in here and check out who is in the Liberal Party. The bureaucrats, the farmers, the left liberals, moderate liberals, the farmer socialists, the trade unions, and the professionals. As the game goes, each one of these interest groups, they can change into new parties. They can come and go and do whatever they want. Clout. Yeah, so the farmers have the most clout because they have the most people, and because I have an Anarchy Council Republic, the votes for the people matter more than they would otherwise. And the other ones, it's usually like the capitalists get the most votes, or the aristocrats get the most votes. But under Anarchy, wealth doesn't really matter. Negative 75% political strength from wealth. Trampled underfoot. A demonstration organized by the Royalist movement has been violently dispersed by the police. I don't want to do that. So I can either let it happen and all these guys will be happy, but I don't really want to. Oh, there it says the neutral, angry, neutral, unhappy, happy, neutral. So I'm going to piss them all off, but I'm going to go ahead and say that the police should not be hurting people. That made everybody radical because they don't want me to have the police hurt people. Farmers are happy though. +6. The farmers just don't like consumption-based taxes, cooperative ownership, or national police. I feel like a lot of the yeoman farmers probably still support the aristocrats. There's a lot of rebels in their population here. Political movements. Protestant rights, royalist, and liberal. Right, because they can be split. One population can be split into a bunch of different movements. Yeah. And the more and more religions I get through conquering or colonizing, the more of these I get: Protestant rights movements, Catholic rights movements, animist rights movements. Okay, so it says idle legislator. Yeah, it's fine. I don't need to do anything. Illegitimate government. Okay, so that's a new one. Just popped up like that. I'm going to reform the government, and if it's... Oh, I see what happened. The yeoman farmers have split away from the Liberal Party. So that's all the voters. So if I add the farmers into government all by themselves, it's going to give it 100% legitimacy. But I could put the farmers with the reactionaries and the aristocrats. I'm going to put the farmers in with the conservatives. And that'll bring us at 94. Nope, I changed my mind. It's going to be a farmer council republic, and Kermit Garfield is going to be the chairman, because that's what's most popular. So there we go. Our peasants. This is the peasant nation. It's a peasant republic, peasant council republic. Because most of the farmers are all peasants. And I can just get more and more peasants as I colonize. So what I want to do now is save some money and pay off this debt. I can't be in that much debt. My interest rates are going to spiral out of control if I push them any farther. And I'm making 800, so that'll be alright. Every time this flips between 800 and 600, I feel like overall it's getting lower. Yeah, that's fine. So what's this down here? Ship construction. And then they have, oh, the private sector is desperately trying to build this glass factory, but they can't because there's no money being invested into the reinvestment pool. Okay. So I'm gonna not fund. Yeah. This is a well-acclaimed trope from a wandering artist. I have arrived in Michigan, followed by hundreds of requests about our generous government funding one of their concerts. Well, I'm not going to fund their concert, even though I want to. But I'm going to need to save my money, so. Years have passed since slavery was banned. So it's been 5 years since the game started. And I'm going to have the reactionaries lose their legacy. They get legacy of slavery, which gives them negative 15% interest group, because I can't forget their crimes. Or I can forget their crimes. And they have a +3 approval. But they're really angry. And this will make them gain traditional agrarian. So I'll do this first option, only because I started out right away banning slaves. I didn't, my society hasn't existed as I was playing with slaves. So that makes more sense to change it to traditional agriculture, because that's what I have, that's what I started with. I've never had slaves. But in the other states, like if I click on Indiana here, and I click on the population, and scroll down, I can see that they have 104,000 slaves. Same with Ohio here. They have 68,000 slaves. But as I colonize and take them, I'm going to free the slaves, turn them into peasants, and then give the peasants a vote. So each peasant can vote. Another thing too I like, I have in the gray soft pop and economy adjustments. And it basically makes in the vanilla game, a peasant doesn't really contribute to the GDP. But now, if I click on my peasants and I look at their consumption, they consume coffee, they consume groceries, luxury furniture. If I build cars, they'll buy cars. So they contribute to the economy. So I kind of feel like I should bite the bullet with debt, and I should just put another logging camp. The duel. Let's see, this guy, evangelist, wants to duel the aristocrat. Where did he come from? Came from Bengali. Wonder why I have a Bengali aristocrat in here. Let me look. Population in New York is Algonquin. So I don't see any Bengali. Let me look at my politics and my government. How about these guys? Let's see, Yankee, Yankee, Yankee. No, Iroquois. Yankee, Yankee, Yankee. Where did he come from? Where did this guy come from? The duel. Political character. Home state. Oh, so he came from somewhere else. He's just a native. He's a native from over here in West Bengal. And my guy here, this Dixie evangelist, wants to duel with him. I don't want to do that. Here, ban dueling. Don't kill each other. And now that dueling is banned, I shouldn't have that pop-up come up anymore. And I do need fish. Back to the old fish thing. I could build one, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna wait. Logging camp is finished. Yeah, so here's my government, and I have paper, so I'm going to take my government and I'm going to put in standard filing cabinets. It'll cost $1,000. I'm not ready for that yet. But I can put a government building in Ohio. And I can put a logging camp here in Michigan, so I'm going to put this into my building queue. And the Michigan Supremacy Movement organizes. Yeah, I don't want 20% radicals, so I'll pick this one and just get 10% radicals. So now the radicals have moved back up. So there's a few people who are mad. And let's see, radicals are mostly peasants, farmers. Yeah, but they're also the most loyalists, because most people are just peasants and farmers. I'm going to increase my wine building output. I have a good vintage. So now my vineyards are going to be more profitable. Or they're going to be less profitable. Yeah, it produces more, so it's worth less. So they make less profit. The rate result. Okay, so here's my third election. We're in 1738, and I'm going to add a 3 out of 5 for the free elections traditions for Anarchy. And the government is back to being illegitimate. So I'll reform the government. Well, wait a minute. It says it's at 79. So they're not illegitimate. They were only illegitimate for just a second. But it looks like the farmers have joined the reactionary party. High prices of fish have become a prominent talking point in the Liberal Party election campaign, arguing that their free trade policies drive down the price. Yeah, that sounds good. That makes sense. Free trade policy, all I have to do is build a fishing wharf. Costs 200, yeah, so I'll go ahead and build that fishing wharf right now. Put my glass works privatization, tobacco field privatization, privatize the fishing wharves. Commander commends civic coalition. Brigadier General Fuller has made public statements in support of the Conservative Party, bringing into question the political neutrality of the military. So what's this? If Weisler Foley likes politics so much, he ought to get more involved. So he could be the leader of the military interests. This guy, let's see, he's a slaver. And the guy that I have right now for my military interests is an authoritarian. I'd rather have an authoritarian than a slaver. So I'm going to say this guy can say whatever he wants. I don't care. Wesley can say whatever he wants. And what that's going to do is that's going to push the momentum for the Conservative Party. But here it says... Oops. Oh, I didn't read it. I should have put it on pause. Anyway, the election's over. And Levy Sedgwick is now the new leader of our government. The Liberals have won. And I need to reform the government back over to the Liberals. That'll be a 47% legitimacy. That's the highest I can get. Things are getting crazy down there in the public spaces. And I need to build something, so I'll build a logging camp. And I see that the Arts Academy here has gone up. Cool. So the private sector is building the Arts Academy. And my debt is going down, mainly from my minting. I just got to keep bringing my GDP up to get my minting up higher. So I can put down a government in Ontario, and I put down another government in New York. Just because they're cheap and they don't take any goods. They only give me 10 each. But that'll give me, let's see, 10, 20 more. The market liberals. Yeah, so here's just a new group, the market liberals. They've risen up. They're angry. They're pissed. Whatever. More the merrier. I don't see him in the list here. Yeah, that's fine. They should be in this list. Let me check if they're in here. Market. So the market liberals is like free market capitalism. Liberal capitalism. Chronic obstructionism. That's my government. So the government here in Ontario is set up. You're going to hire the aristocrats in. Whoops. Yeah, the manor houses are almost empty. Same down here in Ohio. Not that many aristocrats. I'd rather they come here and work in my government building. Yeah. It's me or them. The leader of the trade unions has had enough compromising with his coalition partners. He's demanded that either his collaborators follow his order or the trade unions will never approve their change. So if the trade unions are the leading force, that's going to piss everybody else off. So I'm going to tell this guy what a ridiculous thing to say. And they're only neutral, so that's fine. He'll just stay neutral. He'll get a lower popularity. It says my army has low organization. Probably because it's all conscriptions. So I should go ahead and put my first barracks with just the irregulars. I put down my first barracks of irregulars. Then I can start to have a standing professional army. Now there's protests. The Michigan supremacist movement has organized mass protests. While the protests remain peaceful, blah blah blah. So I'm going to allow them to air their concerns. This is going to give me 2% pops become more loyalist. But I also get plus 15% radicals from movements. Yeah, I'll do that. So for 2 years, they're going to be protesting. They're probably protesting against the Canadians up here. Anglo-Canadians. And Ohio. The Michigan supremacists are probably mad that we're colonizing Ohio. Or they're mad that Ohio still exists and we're not colonizing them fast enough. Michigan will be the world. Or rename the Earth Michigan. Ohio is now claimed by Michigan. Ohio becomes a major colony. Hang on, slow down a bit. Ohio has grown successfully large enough to grant us a claim on the entirety of Ohio. So what does that mean? Does that mean anything different? Ohio is controlled by Michigan, unincorporated state, growing colony, being colonized. So how about Ontario? I haven't got a message for Ontario. Growing colony, unincorporated, split state. Expenses, turmoil. Maybe if I go here. No. What about New York? Does it say something different? Growing colony. Establishing Michigan colony. If I go to Ohio and look, establishing Michigan colony. Is there another screen? Let's see. Here. So I'll open up my economy. Yeah, so here shows my colonies. Ohio's volatile. Let's see. So I don't notice anything different. I don't see anything different, but I did have that screen pop up that says that Ohio is now a full colony and I can claim the rest of Ohio. But how? What does that mean? Nothing here. How about diplomatic actions? Select county modifier. Right, that's this thing. So I can't turn that off now. That's always on. Okay. And I can't click my own state. I can only select country to modify. Oh, it's like a cheat code where I can modify a different nation. Stake colonial claim. Choose a state region on another continent to claim. So I can click, so I can establish a colony in Indiana, or I can come here, just to diplomatic actions, and I can click State Colonial Claim in Indiana. State Colonial Claim. Choose a state on another continent to claim. None. Select. Oh, that's just if, that's for when there's other AI nations. That's what that's for. Whatever. I'll worry about that when I have a civil war and I break in half. A Night at the Opera. The commission has been sent to the prestigious Arts Academy. Alright, good. So... the finest composers wrote a national opera that captures the grandeur of Michigan. So I did this, and I said it should be free on one of my other games that I have here, and it's going to piss off the academics. So this time around, I'm going to spend $100. I'm going to see if it gives me a better song. The song it gave me last time didn't rhyme, and it was really simple and basic. So the next building, I'm just going to go ahead and do another logging camp. Why not? Yeah, so the government in New York is going to have the hardest time filling up, probably, because it's the farthest away. It's the newest colony. Plus, it's barely have a dent into it yet. The private sector can build in other states. I'm going to focus my building in Michigan because the construction efficiency can really hurt my budget. So, private sector is building a port in Ontario. So Ontario can have a port now. It never used to be able to do that. It wasn't connected with the world. Well, that's a good thing to know. They can have a port, but they can't build a fishing wharf up here. Yeah, and I can't build a port in Ohio, so it's not a bug. Cool. Yeah, I'll have a port here. That sounds good. Wonder if ports work different now. Because before they would only be profitable as long as you had trade centers. So I wonder if something else is going to happen. A demonstration organized by the Royalist movement has been violently dispersed by the police. Oh. 2% of the pops can become radical, but I'll upset all these interest groups. Or the interest groups can be happy, and I can make 10% of my pops more radical. I'm going to pick this one this time. They were ordered to disperse, and the police are not to blame. And the Royalists, they're demanding that I have a king. So that's fine. I'm going to use this and get all these interest groups happier. That might lower 10% more rebels is actually quite a lot. Well, in my overview here, I can see this slice, and it still isn't very much. There's way more pops, just don't care. They just hang out, live on the farm. They don't care what's going on. So I'm going to publish a new book from Wisconsin. And that's going to make all of these guys happy, the farmers and the trade unions and the liberals. Yeah, here's the market liberals. Market liberals are conservative liberals that prioritize laissez-faire economics over liberalization in other spheres of society. Examples include the British Peelites and the American Bourbon Democrats. The Ontario Uprising. So Ontario has risen up again. Jerks. Mobilize my army and I'll send them on up there. Okay, so here's our fourth election. 1742. The elections of 1742. So Levi Sedgwick has been the president. So now I'm going to elect a new president, or chairman, I guess. And I'm going to add one more tradition to Anarchy towards free elections. So this will be, the next election will be the last one. So there's one more election left after this before I see what happens. So right here, the wing of the Liberal Party affiliated with the left Liberals has raised complaints about John McClender's choice of endorsements, leaving their supporters neglected. Let's see. I'm going to do this one because it's a plus 10% pop attraction to the trade unions away from the Liberals. And I'd rather have trade unions. Yeah, so I'll do this one. Yeah, after this election's over, whoever wins the election will have a bigger legitimacy bonus. So when I put them in power, hopefully it'll get them up over into the cooperative box. The ongoing election has drawn the platforms of the various contending parties across Michigan. The electorate debates which party is worth trusting with the next term in government. So I'm going to pick the Liberal Party. Yeah. Here's another 30%. Yeah, I'll just do the 30% one. I wish those stupid things would stop popping up. Oh, right when the war popped up, they just gave up right away. So the Conservative Party has gotten out of hand, and they started to harass, physically attack people. So click that. There's no way you can do that. So Ohio found oil, and the elections are over, and now there's a new chairman, the chairman of Nathaniel Livermore. He's the agrarian socialist. Okay. Liberal Party won the election. Cool. And I need to build something. What should I build? Build a maize farm. Oh. Yeah, build a maize farm. Next time that treaty pops up, I need to click it so it pauses. And set it this. Maybe I can set the option. Peace agreement. Pop up and pause. Yeah. So maybe a few things got reset. I'm not sure. New rule. No, the new ruler's going to be paused. And is there any for election? I wish these were in alphabetical order. Chronic obstructionism. Yeah, so it's still 44, and I can't reform it to be any better. So I have to deal with that. In the next election, it's going to be July 1742. Oh, that's the previous election. The next election is going to be 1746. Yeah, so when the election was done, it didn't pause. So I'm going to have... If there's a new rule, the new ruler, I've seen that. Where did it go? The new ruler is paused. Native uprising, pause. Well, no, because I have diplomatic play, so I don't have to pause that. But I will pause for the diplomatic play. I have that just in case as a backup. So, something about elections. Any word here? Do I see the word elections? No. Political movements? No. I don't know. Next election, I'll just put it on speed 4 and I'll wait for it to pop up. So I could use more sugar. Nobody's working on the maize farm, so that won't work. Oil rush subsidies. Subsidies are over in Ohio. And they still... Yeah, of course they didn't build an oil field. They don't have anything. All they have is one subsistence farm and a government building. So up here in Michigan, I'll go ahead and build... I can't build weapons because I need iron and hardwood. So I'll build a furniture manufactory. And with the furniture manufactory, I can start to build luxury furniture. And then I can convert my logging camp over to hardwood. So that'll get my business for hardwood going. It's always better to have one of your industries being naturally fed. Like, I'd rather have hardwood being fed into furniture to build it up and then use it for something that won't be profitable. And I'm curious how this ship construction thing works, how all the new ships work, how colonization's gonna work. Man on the street. The disagreements between the bureaucrats and professionals are causing conflicts in government. I'm gonna spend authority, and I'm not gonna make anybody upset. The first two options either made the bureaucrats or the professionals upset. I don't want to do either one. I keep flicking my lighter, and every time I flick my lighter, I'm not smoking a brand new cigarette. It's just the same joint that I keep lighting over and over. Because I'll light it and I'll hit it and it'll go out, and then I'll have to light it again in order to take another hit. Ontario is complete. Good, good. That's going to make New York and Ohio faster. And the private sector is building the whaling station. Oh cool, so the fishing wharves they're hired right away. And I'll come to Michigan, I'll build me a new logging camp. I feel like the economy's a little more chill than it used to be. And hopefully it only gets even better once I get out here. And, okay, yeah, I do see a trade center. Yeah, I wonder what wonder what this could be. Hopefully it's not something that would cause my game to crash. Okay, so the private sector has started to build tools in Michigan. But there's not enough reinvestment for them to actually buy any construction goods, so they're going to run out of money. That's why I need to keep investing. Nothing I can really put. So that means I should go ahead and put down clothes. Now I'll take the furniture manufactory, change it to luxury furniture. I go to the hardwood, change hardwood. I go to the logging camps, change it to hardwood. And it looks like this building here is losing employees, or it wants to lose employees. Well, that's alright. I'm going to make more money at the furniture manufactory than I did down there. Now I'll stop by my buildings menu, and I'm going to go ahead and privatize all of this stuff in order to sell it to the public. That'll help me pay off some of my debt a little faster. The right result. The election season is... Okay, so here's the last one. So when I click this, it'll be 5 out of 5. Okay. Anything pop up? Nope, this is for paper. Yeah, I'll add 20% momentum to the Liberal Party. And if I go to government, I go to my law, and I click on Anarchy. Anarchy. Legislative ability based on clout. 25% legislative ability from ideological incompatibility. Oh, it's negative. +4 universal pop strength. Negative 75% political strength from wealth. Negative 100% electoral confidence impact. Negative 5 target policy rigidity. Unlocks multiple new laws. Female equality. Promote democratic values. Full female equality. One interest group endorses it. So where is the free election thing that got added? Maybe it didn't get added yet. It'll get added maybe when the election's over. Parties, particularly the Liberal Party, are struggling to raise enough funds for all their campaign needs this election. Well, I can't spend any money because I'm saving it. And if they lose 10%, that's fine. They're probably still going to win. I don't want to pay for them, that's for sure. No, it's down here. Yeah, they're still going to... Looks like they'll win. It might not, though, if something happens. Okay, so... I have a glasswork that has went up. I didn't notice that, but anyway, there's some glass for sale now. My GDP is 1 million. Popularity contest. The eyes of the electorate have turned to the candidates. So, who should I elect? Well, I guess all this does is puts momentum towards a party. So, I don't want him. I don't want him. The Yemen farmer moderate. Yeah, the Dixie. So the next the next chairman might be a Dixie, Yeoman farmer moderate. So that's like the opposite of an agrarian, socialist, liberal, progressive Yankee. So Ohio has been colonized. Cool. Clemont is our new leader. So let's go check out who this guy is. Chairman Clemont Guild. Who's he? Yeah, he's the farmer guy. He's the moderate Dixie farmer. He's from the South. He's a good old boy. He's the Dixie, past the Dixie line. It's cool with me. Yeah, so even though it's a communist society, it's more democratic than anything. Whoever wins these elections is going to be in power. And it looks like almost everyone but the conservatives, the military, the reactionists, and the aristocrats, they've all joined the Liberal Party. And later on in the game, each individual group can become its own party. So that will be fun if things start to get crazy. But it looks like right now most of the society is unified. So the market liberals are petitioning me to enact flexible foreign policy or protectionism. Well, protectionism is definitely off the table. Because I don't want to, if I put all my resources on a market that nobody exists in, it's going to shoot all the prices up and it'll artificially inflate my buildings. It'll inflate the profits and the employees. If I can't sell it to my own people, I'm not going to sell it. But this flexible foreign policy, I'm trying to think where it was, and I think it's here. Yeah, flexible foreign policy. It doesn't look like it really has any chance to pass. That's alright. I'm going to go ahead and tell them that I'll see what I can do. And then I will come here. And I'm going to try to find it again. Flexible, oh here, right here. Flexible foreign policy. Try to enact. It's a 5% chance to succeed. And it looks like bureaucrats vote no, left liberals vote yes, moderate liberals vote yes, trade unions vote no, professionals vote no, agrarian socialists vote no, yeoman farmers vote no, market liberals vote no, conservatives vote yes, military interests vote yes, reactionaries are no, aristocrats are no. Nobody wants flexible foreign policy. Well, that's split in ways that I wouldn't have assumed. And another thing I'd like to point out is the game starts in 1850, and it's 1747 here. But all of these names, for these political names and stuff, back then in the past, they were all a little different. They're pretty much the same, but they're all different. And what I'm going for here is a libertarian, socialist, communist, but also free market, all blended together. You know, I took the best things from each. There's even still some monarchy in here from these hereditary bureaucrats, and I think that's fun to mix it all up. Whatever helps my people live the best life possible, that's what I pick. So I'm not leaning towards any real political ideology, even though I ended up more towards communism. You can see in here that there's a good mix. There's some, you know, Give some, take some. Everybody has an equal vote, so that's good too. And it looks like my standard of living went up at the beginning a little, but it's basically leveled off. It'll get fixed once I start to get more of a economy kind of going. But for now, it's mainly just peasants. It's mainly just a nobody peasant land. I should decide of a new building, and I'm going to go ahead and put down I'll build the arms industry, sure. Recent investments in Michigan production at our furniture manufacturer has raised the question who should get credit. So I can give the business people credit. That gives a higher pop attraction towards the business. Or I can say it's, yeah, obviously it's a victory for the workers. The workers are working hard. You got to give them bonuses. Veto or pass? Oh, cool. So the flexible foreign policy is going to pass. I don't think any votes flipped. But the chairman, this guy, the Dixie farmer, he wants it. So he says, sure, go ahead. I think he has the last say, really. Cool. Yeah, I think that he has the last say because it's a unified executive, and it says the chairman also functions as the head of government. So I'm not really sure how all this works in the Better Politics mod. I mean, it works in its own way, I guess, but I'm not really sure. The legislature is merely an advisory body with no authority to pass laws. Under ceremonial chairman, the chairman will be dictator for life. Yeah, so advisory body here is the reason why he can just decide at the end. Whatever his opinion is what goes. Yeah, complete veto power. Now I could have supreme legislature, to where the legislature is the supreme authority in the state, performing both legislative and executive functions. But I'd really like this separation of powers. The legislature and the government are separate entities with distinct powers and responsibilities. This is the main one I'd like to go for. And I should try to pass right now. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Try to pass that right now, yeah. Looks like it might work. 91% chance of success. Indiana. So I'm going to publish a book that Indiana couldn't publish. So this reactionary rebel, I'm going to... He's the only agitator. Well, I guess I have two agitators. I'll keep him. I'll keep him around. It'll be fun to keep. I'll keep anybody here. I don't want to kick anybody out of my country. Where are they going to go? Out to the wilderness with the primitive Stone Age people? No way. So I need iron. I'm going to go here and put some iron down in Michigan. Michigandian iron. Might as well go into my buildings list and privatize both my arms factories and my iron mines. Put them up for sale. And now that I have guns... Okay, New York is colonized. So I'll go here and establish a colony into Pennsylvania. And I'm going to go to New York and I'm going to see... no, I'll go to Ontario. I'll see the port. Yeah, so they're not making money. If it's a cargo port, they produce merchant marines, like before. Yeah. But I don't want that up there. New York is going to have to build a shipyard. There's no choice here. Have to build a shipyard. For now, while I'm waiting, I'll put this port back to an anchorage. Which doesn't actually do anything. Yeah. So the iron mine is going to be done in like 1 second. It says 2 weeks. 1 week. There. Iron mine done. So now my arms industry has iron and hardwood. Okay, so I've passed the law that says the separation of powers. So sign that into the law. Cool. So now these institutions should change so that I can add people into each one. So I could add an individual into each one of these to give it different bonuses and whatnot. But yeah. So I need paper and I need tools. What do I need tools for? Oh, the iron mine. Yeah. The iron mine needs tools, I forgot. So Fireside Chat. Chairman Clement Guild, the Dixie farmer, has decided to use the new and exciting radio technology to connect more directly with his people. So I can give approval for the farmers, or I can give myself some authority. I'll do the approval rating, because they're at 5. So it'll put them at 7. Cool. And in Michigan here, I'm going to build tools. Oh, they have tools. They just need to hire. Okay, good. Election season has begun. So, okay, this is the 6th election that we have. And I have 5 out of 5 traditions. So this traditions of free elections is going to be added to Anarchy. It's a negative 10% chance technocracy, negative 10% chance autocracy, negative 10% chance for success for oligarchy, negative 10% and that consent chance for anarchy. So it's going to forbid electoral manipulation. Disables options to control the outcomes of elections. Okay, good. So I think all those pop-ups are going to be turned off. Oh man, that's cool. All right, good. So I'm going to do this, and now I'll come up here and look at the legal system, the power structure, anarchy, and where does it say? It doesn't say, but the next election, actually there's an election now, so I'll see if there's no pop-ups. If those pop-ups go away, oh man, I'll be happy. Oh, they didn't. Huh. Equality is the minor scandal has buzzed around the Liberal Party. It is a piece of reformist fiction written by Abada Lockwood in his youth has begun to circulate once more. Whilst enthusiastically written, it is the work's only merit. That is the work's only merit. Oh, it's only the book's only merit is that it was enthusiastically written. Otherwise, it sucks. These guys are sitting here smoking the hookah. The plague of superstition and dogma was the end of Michigan? If it is so, why are the trains still running? I didn't build any trains yet. How could they possibly have acquired the coal to fuel it? Yeah, right, good point. Your propensity to butcher your characters for cheap tragedy is nothing short of shameful. And to make matters worse, why would Victor ever not pursue Estide's affections when they have known each other for so long? Do you have no eye for a redeeming romance? A tragic tale, but that's no reason to harass him. It's probably the one I'm going to pick. It's this guy's problem, not the party. Yeah. The quality is reflective of the conservative representation of art. What's this? Literary. +1 popular, infamy decay. Arts building throughput if he's an executive, but he's not going to be an executive. So I'll do this one. It's his problem. He loses 20% popularity. So when it said that I couldn't manipulate the election, what did it actually mean? Anyway, the reactionary movement has organized mass protests. That's alright. I'm going to allow them to air their concerns. Kindly burn this letter. So this is going to add... So this guy, Phoenix Sprigg, has been accused of corruption. He strenuously denies all allegations until damning letters surface signed by him. So he's going to lose 25% popularity. That's alright. So if I come back here and I look at my tooling factory, they're still not hiring, which is kind of crazy. I'm going to build a vineyard. Oh no, I'm not. Yeah, where do they want to work? I don't know why they're not coming to work at the tool factory. Just not profitable enough, I guess. Yeah. Partisan papers. Party-affiliated newspapers have been proliferating during the election season. That's fine. I'll give the conservatives a 10% momentum. It'd be cool if I could individually pick which pop-ups would pop up and which ones wouldn't. Because some of them I want to look at and read, but some of them I don't. Okay, so the election is over. And let's see. The next election's in 4 years. If I don't use Better Politics mod, there's no elections under Anarchy, and I don't have all them pop-ups. I could have a theocratic atheist council republic. Or a theocratic anarchy. Atheist anarchy. Theocratic atheist anarchy. That'd be crazy. No way. Fuck that. That's crazy. That's dumb. I mean, they can be atheist, sure, but once I get enough people to be atheist over Protestant, which I think I might have, then I can try to push my country towards being secular. But yeah, if there's more Protestant, whatever the highest number of religions are, if I change my law back to a religion, it'll change it to Protestant. And that's whichever religion is on top of the list, I think. So if I get more atheist and Protestant, when I turn back to secularism, my main religion is still going to be atheist, but it'll allow my pops to become any religion that they want, which is a better outcome for my society here. But if I go right now and I turn it secular, what it'll do is it'll make my pops be religious and pick different religions, but then atheism will vanish. I don't want that either. I want all of them to, exist. I want everyone to have all their own ideas. Moderate liberals can take the asylum. So I'm going to give this insane asylum over to the moderate liberals. The Detroit asylums have steadily denounced the practices involved in their supposedly medical treatments. Mistreatment of the sick, withholding of personal letters, and disproportionate punishments were among the charges. Yeah, so I'll give it to those guys and they can take over. And now my shipyard is about to be finished. And there it is. There's my shipyard. So now I can go change my port to a cargo port. It'll get some cheap clippers. And I am going to subsidize this. And I am making quite a nice amount of profit. So I'm going to put a construction sector in each of my states. Yeah, each state will get a construction sector. If I can get this number up to 40, I can build one building as fast as I can. But if I get it over 40, so if I get the construction sector to 50, but I build one building at a time, I still only use 40, and then the 10 left over can be transferred over to the private construction sector. So what I'd like to do is, if I can afford 40 construction, I'm going to build construction sectors everywhere. So that way my private sector can always build stuff if they need to. Or I'll at least have enough to suck this investment pool out. Just, I don't want money sitting here. But I don't want to spend the money. I don't want to go broke. In the gold reserves, I can keep this gold reserve on high. And the base game, in vanilla, if you collect taxes, well, and now if I do it, if I collect taxes, which I don't, and they go into my treasury, but the treasury is full and it can't hold any more gold reserves, then the money gets deleted, which is bad for the GDP. But here, the only profit that I have is from minting, so I can mint as much as I want past the gold reserve, and it really doesn't matter. Sure, I'm losing out on, well, it might be, like I could put it in my economy, but I don't have to. It doesn't really affect anything negatively. But if I was collecting this money through taxes, that would be a very, very negative thing. And it would push this standard of living down. Because I'd basically take money from them and then destroy the money. Michigan supremacist movement. They must be concerned with far more grounded things. So that's going to add plus 10% radicals. And this one, the first one says, there are plenty of willing ears in Michigan. I don't want to do that because that'll add 20% radicals. I don't want more radicals, I want less. I want more loyalists. So all of my construction sectors are done, and that pushed my construction limit to 22. So I can go here to Michigan, I'll build a maize farm, and I'll see how much that costs. Almost 4,000. I'm spending 17,000 on construction goods, and it's 13,000 for wood. Wait till this farm finishes. Not really hired, but that's alright. The most dangerous game. Returning from a safari expedition, Emroy Stanley was marooned on a small island in the West Indies, where he was hunted like an animal by the aristocrat. Oh man, the aristocrat. This wild aristocrat hunted him down. Okay, well that guy dies. At least he wasn't my leader. Alright, that's it. This is my episode. This is the first episode of the new patch. I like it. I still haven't really messed with the new stuff. But I always like it when I play this game. This game is always fun, no matter what. So I'll go ahead and I'll say see ya, and I'll say on the right side of the screen over here you can subscribe, and on the left side over here is some videos probably, and if they're not there yet, that just means I haven't put them there. They'll be there eventually. Okay, hope to see you in the next video that I make. If you want to see a pop-up come up with it, go ahead and subscribe. Alright, I hope you have a good day. Thanks for being here, and goodbye.